She averages just a couple of points a game. She is from Ravenwood, Queens, New York. Tamia wearing number 10. Number 21, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 11 points and 6 boards per ball game. Out of Star Valley, Wyoming, is Riley Burmester. Riley is a free throw away from tying the most free throws made by a CWC girls basketball player, and 2 free throws away from taking over that record, surpassing Jolana Sazu.
Talked to Riley today, so gave her a compliment, saying, I know you listed at 5'10", but you play 6 feet. You know, she plays bigger than her height.
She was in shooting free throws while we were doing noon ball. I asked her if she wanted a free throw coach, and she politely declined. So we'll see.
Yes. Told you to go find one.
Riley, number 21. And then the other starter today, number 32, a 5'8 freshman from Riverton High School here in Wyoming. That is Liana Shoulderblade. The 5'8 freshman averages 5 points per ball game. Liana wears number 32. On the so that will be Latu, Tarawa, Cuttignola, Burmester, and Shoulderblade, the 5 on the floor for Central. They average 67 points a game, 17 turnovers, and 12 assists per ball game. Looking at the Casper Thunderbirds, Dwight Canary in his 11th season, 17-5 overall. They will start like this. Number 10, a 5'7 freshman out of Rapid City. That is Bailey Johnson. She will be their point guard for Casper College.
We're talking about that off mic a bit. We're seeing so many more players this year from Rapid City than we can recall.
They still have 2 high schools, or do they have 3 in Rapid?
I think they've got 3 now.
Central, Stevens, and another one then?
The CWC used to play, when they played the Colorado School of Mines, they would play those games at Rapid City, Stevens. This goes way back in the numbers you don't have in your stats.
I need to find those sometime
Go to
as
Rapid
well.
City, Stevens, and see what you can find.
Number 10 is Bailey Johnson. Number 12 is Nerea Baena. She is a 6-foot sophomore from Barcelona, Spain. 9 points, 7 rebounds a game for Nerea. She wears number 12. Number 20 is Maggie Justinik, a 5'7 sophomore, averages 10-5. She is from Rock Springs, Wyoming. Number 30 is Jay Johnson, a 5'10 sophomore, averages 12 points a game. She is from Casper. I asked if she was related to Kaylee Johnson. No, but her older sister, Gabby Johnson, played for the Casper Thunderbirds and then went on to a different place.
She's not related, but they were cousins, I thought.
I asked.
That's what I was told when I did those games.
I asked, and that's what I was told. So that's
been written out of the will.
Spend the first quarter checking that out. You're more than welcome. Jay Johnson, number 30, and number 31 is kind of the one that makes him go. That is Lucy Haskova. She is a 5'10 sophomore from the Czech Republic, the number 1 rebounder in the conference. She is 3rd in the conference in scoring, and she averages 16 points, 9 rebounds per ball game. So Bailey Johnson, Nerea Baena, Maggie Justinik, Jay Johnson, and Lucy Haskova, the 5 that start for the Casper Thunderbirds. They have a couple of players not on the roster. Maddie Heap tore an ACL.
Well, they're on the roster. That's the problem.
Well, that's true. They're just not here. Maddie Heap came here from Gillette. Maya Jones, Maddie Heap tore that ACL in the the North-South All-Star games this summer on the Sweet Erickson Thunderbird gym floor before she got to be a member of the Casper College
team. So they actually never put her, she's actually still on the roster, but she never ever is going to play this year to begin with. Is kind of interesting.
Right, they list her as a redshirt freshman. Maya Jones is injured as well, and Raquel Bernad is not here tonight, but on their roster.
Why is that? I don't want to hear one of those 7 excuses you gave me earlier.
I have none, so we are
none for air.
Just getting ready for the tip of this one. Again, the Thunderbirds 6-0 in conference. Central is 2-4. And again, looking at how things shake down right now, Casper is out in front of the division. Western Nebraska, by the way, is leading the other side, and the South will host, so it may be Scotts Bluff that you're looking at for the Region 9
second
tournament.
In the North right now, because that's been
in the North?
Yeah, because this kind of been a pile down there, isn't it? Because
yeah,
Eastern Wyoming College has gone to seed, basically.
Right, I'll have to effort that here for you here in just a minute, but McCook is right now second in the South. Turn that down there. So we have our national anthem coming up. So we will step aside for that And we will get ready for basketball from Central Wyoming College. Casper versus Central after our national anthem here on 88.1.
Keep up with the Rustlers at rustlerathletics.com.
Crane Buell for three on the other end. It's good. Tirawa fakes from 10. Got it.
Rustlerathletics.com.
Outside shoulder blade for three. There's a steal by that two-sport athlete. Burmester, the left-hand layup, good.
Your home of the Rustlers. Rustlerathletics.com.
Want to know the latest road conditions in Wyoming before your trip? The Wyoming Department of Transportation has an app for that. Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with WYDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wyoroad.info. Once again, that's wyoroad.info.
Mardi Gras is coming to Fremont County for a great cause. Join the Mystic crew of Mardi Pods with the Barkus Party on Saturday, March 2nd. You'll celebrate with a fun-filled night featuring a Cajun buffet by Miss Ginny and music by Barcode 307. All proceeds help you put the fun in fundraising for the Pods for Life Animal League. The night includes raffles like a trip for 2 to New Orleans and a crawfish boil for 20. Mardi Pods tickets are available at the Pods for Life Animal Shelter, so don't miss out on the fun. Mardi Pods at St. Margaret's Gym Saturday, March 2nd, starting at 6 p.m.
Where's your identification?
Identify yourself.
Your home of the Rustlers. Student radio for Central Wyoming College.
CWC FM Riverton.
Let's get ready for basketball. Central Wyoming versus Casper College. And here's where I misinterpreted. Gabby Johnson, the sister of Kaylee Johnson, not related to Jay Johnson. That's where I misunderstood the relation of the
really
sister.
Misunderstood it when I heard you the first time.
I said it wrong for the first time, and I'm trying to correct that as we come back.
You know, one thing is Casper College is not a really tall team. We may be taller than them even.
Down the list, you look at Reika Shush at 6'1", and Maddie Hebas, not on the roster, but Nerea Baena, 6 foot, and a sophomore out there. And after that, it kind of drops off immensely. Casper in their road red uniforms, black numbers, white trim, T-birds across their front. They will go left to right at Rustler Gymnasium. CWC, their home whites, the orange numbers and the black trim. Central across the front, Rustlers across the back. Crowd starting to file in a little bit more heavily now here as we get a Region 9 doubleheader coming your way on Rustler.
This is our first
radio.
week one of the season that we've had here at home.
After 3 straight Saturdays at home and 3 straight Wednesdays on the road. Got a couple of, we got a whole complement tonight. 4 cameras working here for you out of Amanda Nikoloff and the new media degree plan. I see Morgan Vanetti and Rachel Stubbs on one end, Nate Himes on the other end. See Jane McDonald, Abby Sullivan, and Angelo Sage up top of the Rustler gym as the ball is tipped and controlled by Central. And they will have first crack at it. Cutting-Nola, guarded by Johnson, lobs it to the high post. Tirawa, backdoor, Esilatu off glass and in. Quick start by the Lady Rustlers. They're up 2-0.
That's a play we've not really seen a lot from the give and go to a guard.
Going to sit in that zone defense now as Johnson gives it up. Hoskova down low, that's Baena. She will miss it and be rejected and fouled from behind by Cutting-Nola. As Baena with the shot and the miss. Foul on Tamia Cutting-Nola, her first, team first. And they will say shooting 2 is Nerena Baena. Nerea Baena is a 69% free throw shooter on a team that shoots 72% and gets the first. Second one ties us up at 2 apiece as she gets both.
She's the third leading scorer on the team. Only 2 players averaging double figures. CWC has 3, but it's kind of put a drop off after those first 3.
Tirawa guarded by Hoskova.
One of those 3, the leading one, in fact.
Gave it up to Cutting-Nola. Back to Latu. Essie going to try to make something happen. Steps up, fires a 3 and gets it.
And that's that quick release I was talking about in the pregame when you're talking about her stat. She can get that off in a hurry, and she can kind of get off of either foot.
I think that might have been just a 2, as it just shows up as a 2 on the scoreboard. Underneath, shot no good by Baena. And the rebound coming down to Central the other direction. Burmester into the paint, fires off glass, missed it, and then commits a foul as Justinek gets the rebound.
Remember how long we said how long it took for her to get her first foul in the last game?
And we're talking about
not
that.
The case here tonight.
With her earlier today. In fact, she said, I committed a foul and heard him say her first. I thought it was at least my third, she said. Reka Shush is checking into the ball game. Reka, a 6'1 freshman from Hungary.
And that is their tallest player.
She'll have it. Give it back up top to Justinek. Left
That's
side.
a pretty good pick.
Bailey Johnson, jump pass. Justinek from 15 is going to rim out. But getting the rebound in the corner is Hoskova. Inbounds, and there's a slap by Latu. No call, and now a call on Cuttignola. Oh, I thought Essie got the foul the first time. But getting the rebound is going to be Jay Johnson. No, it's Hoskova, got the rebound. And now Tamia Cuttignola, your point guard, has got 2 personal fouls. Left-hand free throw is on the way. No good. Back of the iron for Hoskova. Hoskova, by the way, 79% free throw shooter. She raises that average of 72 for the Thunderbirds, who trail 4-2. Stays 4-2 as Palani Tirwa grabs the rebound.
She might be shooting about 72% now, but...
Give it to Cuttignola. Tamia, bounce left side. Tirwa on the left elbow. Pump fake. Cross court. There's Burmester. She will try to go over the top of Shush. Can't. And the rebound pulled down by the Thunderbirds. Baseline, getting in position. Hoskova run around left side. The foul on Tirwa. That looked like pretty good defense by Palani. They're going to whistle her for the foul, and the Thunderbirds going to go back to the line. This will be their 5th and 6th free throws in the first 1:58 of the ball game.
And if they're going to call it pretty tight, that's probably not going to be good for CWC. There's a couple of players who have a tendency of getting in foul trouble.
Hoskova back to the line. Will connect 1 for 3 from the stripe. So Latu's shot was just a 2 apparently, as it's 4-3 now, not a 3-pointer. Second one to tie is good as you hear it snap nylon.
Interesting, your leading scorer is a left-hander. That's going to maybe throw us off a bit defensively as well underneath.
Latu, one-on-one with Johnson, kicks it up to Burmester. She's told me she also wants to make a 3-pointer before the season's over. 15 to shoot as Latu will back it out to the midcourt circle.
I think if she's even shot a 3-pointer that we've seen here.
Latu give it back to Burmester. Too hard. First turnover of the game and taken away by the Thunderbirds. We're tied at 4, 7.5 left to play in the first quarter. Bailey Johnson down underneath, shot over the top of the rim. Latu will get the rebound as Shush missed it over the top of the iron.
You certainly look at their plan is to attack inside.
Baena will check in next dead ball as Cuttignola puts on the and one dribbling mix at the top. Palani jump with the left side, Euro step, no good. And the rebound is going to be pulled down by Shush. Nice effort by Burmester, who might have got away with another foul. 3 on the way. Johnson in and out, stays out, but a rebound by Shush. Underneath, shot is good. Was that Shush that got it? Reka Shush.
Yep.
Okay. First lead change of the game at 6-4 Casper, 6:47 left. Central got behind big at as Casper has shoulder blades 3, no good. And nice offensive board by Riley, puts it off glass and in.
They said they were calling it tight. Maybe not as tight as I first spoke.
Well, I thought I would think, by my tally, she's got 3, maybe 4 fouls by now, but only 1 called in the books. We're tied for a 3rd time. Left side, Jay Johnson, baseline corner, Justinek. Lob down low. Tirwa might have got away with a foul over the back of Hoskova. She'll light the 3. That's no good. Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Casper. It will be Central basketball. Here comes Baena back into the ball game. Here comes Megan Cranebuell in for the first time for Riley Burmester. Megan Cranebuell, 6-foot sophomore from Riverton, Utah, has a career high 21. That came against Otero in the second game of the season. for Craneville. Cuttignola to Megan. High up top, gives it to Shoulder Blade. We're tied at 6s. Cuttignola trying to run past Johnson. Fade for 8. Got it! And she's knocked to the ground. Bailey Johnson says, no way. She can't believe the call. Big bucket there by Tamia Cuttignola. First personal on Casper and Bailey Johnson. Well, she had a look of disbelief. Coach Dwight Gennari talking with the official after that one went down. T cannot get the three-point play. Justanek will get the rebound.
Justanek has put up very nice numbers for a Wyoming athlete on this team.
Second lead change of the game. Ball underneath. Almost lost out of bounds, but Johnson with a save. There's Justanek for 3. That's good. Maggie Justanek, get the name pronounced correctly here.
And as I was saying,
9-8 the score. Casper out in front by 1. Tamia is going to try another one. That's good. Just inside the three-point line for Tamia. That's something we haven't seen out of our Queens, New York point guard, is some outside shooting, but she's drained a couple here in this one.
we're not seeing the long 2 either. That's a couple of those have been long 2s.
Bailey Johnson for 3 to answer. (12-10) Casper out in front. Cross court pass Craneville. Now Latu up top. Tamia feeling it. Her shot doesn't go from 3, and the rebound pulled down by Hoskova. Hoskova's going to go the distance over the top of Craneville. Missed it. Rebound by Tarawa. Here comes Polani on the other way. Polani stops for 15. Can't get it to go, and the rebound by Baena.
You probably need to make that when you've got a 1-on-4 break.
Yeah, nobody at home to rebound whatsoever. Tahoe going to check in for Casper. Next dead ball as shoulder blade gets in Justinek's face, who gets an elbow in her chest for that result. And then a hand check foul on Central. I believe Essie Latu is going to be the recipient. She is. Her first, team 4th. And to the line is going to be Jay Johnson. Jay Johnson, 86% free throw shooting on the year.
I think your hoop mic is thrown off the hoop.
Jay gets the first. Did not get the first, excuse me. Still 12-10. Second one on the way. That one is nothing but the bottom of the net for Jay Johnson. 13-10 Casper, their biggest lead of the night of 3. Central had, well, I thought they did at one point a couple of times, but long 2s by Latu and Cuttignola. Essie hooks that ball to Burmester. Up top, shoulder blade. Can't get the 3 away. Cuttignola has it. Tahoe on her defensively. She'll fire from 17. That one's not going to drop. And almost falling down with it is Baena, but she will get her 3rd rebound of the ball game.
They're giving Tamia that outside shot, it looks like.
Justanek steps into a 3 and buries that one, her 2nd of the evening. And it puts Casper up 16-10 with 3:45 left. First quarter of basketball from CWC. Cuttignola working the offense. Keeps it on a bounce, sends it out to Latu. She'll try a long distance 3. No good. Burmester back into the game. Can't get the rebound. Hoskova will. Flip it outside. Tahoe thought about a 3. Doesn't. Into the paint. They'll go. Nice move with the left hand on the left side. Baena. She'll go right through a couple of defenders right between Burmester and Craneville and put it off glass, and it's an 8-point game. And Polani Tirawa will check in on the next whistle. Craneville up top to Latu. Bailey Johnson will come back in for Casper on the next dead ball as well. Shoulder blade with it, right side. She'll get it into Burmester. She won't get it into Burmester, but it gets flipped back out to her with 8 to shoot. Cuttignola's going to go on the attack this time. Craneville to shoulder blade. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Craneville has to hoist it. It's going to draw iron. Burmester goes to the floor. Picking it up is Baena on the rebound. And back the other way come the Thunderbirds, looking to build on an 8-point lead. Tahoe for 3, no good. Rebound, Burmester in the pack of 3 Thunderbirds comes away with a rebound. Boy, great rebound by Riley. Cuttignola back to Latu. She's got Jay Johnson on her defensively. Gets a pick, goes down the lane, lost the handle on it. Johnson steals it and hucks it back in. Second turnover on C-Dub. 2:10 left to play in the first quarter. 18-10 Casper out in front of Central Wyoming. Jay Johnson to Justinik down in the paint. Nice move. Craneville went for the pick. And Baena spins and makes the bucket and doubles up Central with 2 minutes left to play in the quarter. And we got our first stop in play on a timeout by Central Wyoming. Central had a 10-9 lead. And now all of a sudden it's been an 11-0 run by the Thunderbirds to spark them to a 10-point lead with 2 minutes left to play in the quarter.
Yeah, they're doing it from the inside to start play. Now they've expanded it to their outside work.
Next up for C-Dub basketball, they will be on the road Saturday when they go to Gillette. They'll play at 2 and 4. And it's interesting, C-Dub will have played everybody, well, they will have played Gillette and Casper twice before they meet Western once. Western will be here on Wednesday of next week.
A team that actually played here, but in a tournament.
Right. Kiana Walker has checked into the ball game. Also, Kalani Tarawa has entered the lineup for Central. Latu looking for a pick. Gets it into the paint to Tarawa. Shot off glass is good. Kalani's on the board, her first bucket of the night.
One thing I'm starting to wonder about those heights for some of those gals, if they've underreported heights on some of these Casper gals.
Bad pass from Johnson to Tahoe. She can't handle it. That'll be the first turnover of the contest for the Thunderbirds. 91 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Central down by 8. They've got the basketball. Walker, shoulder blade, Latu, Tarawa, and Burmester. You remember Kiana Walker left last game with a knee injury. She's healthy, and Latu
never came back.
Right. Going to be fouled. I told Kiana, I caught her Monday, and I said, tried to give updates so your parents didn't freak out, and she said they were getting close to getting in the car, but they didn't. So Kiana's parents, all is well, hopefully, and no unnecessary.
Now that you've said that, you can hear that car turning around on the highway. So.
That was on Saturday. Is Tarawa to Burmester. Burmester attacks, stops, gives it up top to shoulder blade. Back to Latu. She'll work on Johnson. Zibs and zags and goes down the lane with a right-hand hook. No good. Burmester, the rebound, step through, got it.
And that's her MO, really. They get the put back and then they kind of reverse it for a layup.
Good answer to the 11-0 run by Central. They've scored 4 of their own now, down by 6 with less than a minute left to play in the first quarter. Tahoe, left side. Hoskova, cross-court, back door, wide open. Making the bucket is Yulia Kuchko into the ball game. She snuck in on a timeout.
That's basically just like a lob in the NBA where you lob it to a dunk because it was backdoored, except just at a lower altitude.
They ran that pretty well for Kuchko as she makes the alley-oop, so to speak. Tarawada, Latu, cross-court Burmester, 15-foot line, shot on the way, back of the iron. Kuchko with the rebound. Central shooting 39%, 7 of 18. Casper 7 of 16. 7 to shoot. Hoskova goes down the lane. Left hand good by Hoskova, and the quarter will come to an end. At the end of one, Casper with an 11-0 run to spark a 10-point lead. They'll take a 10-point lead into the second period. It's the Thunderbirds of Casper 24, the Rustlers of Central 14. We'll return after this break. You're tuned to Rustler Basketball from Rustler Media.
Rustler Radio is sponsored in part by Teton Therapy. What if you could see inside your body and know where your pain is coming from? Teton offers diagnostic ultrasound. It'll be able to tell you if therapy or other interventions are needed. Deeply rooted in our community, Teton Therapy has 2 locations in Fremont County, Lander and Riverton. More information can be found at tetontherapypc.com.
What's your New Year's resolution?
Are you ready to earn your high school equivalency certificate and begin working towards a new career in 2019?
Hi, this is John.
And Ryan.
High-Sec soldiers from CWC College and Career Readiness Center.
We'd like to invite you to join us for classes in spring semester.
Come visit one of our classrooms between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Monday, January 28th through Wednesday, January 30th.
Remember, you will need your Social Security number, your government-issued ID, and $25 for the course fee.
Tuition waivers are available to those who qualify.
Don't wait. Classes begin February 4th and run Monday through Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m.
For more information, call 307-855-2193.
We have offices in Riverton, Lander, Fort Washakie, and in Du Bois.
Casper started the quarter with the basketball, but a travel on Kuchko will give it right back to Central. So second turnover of the contest by the Thunderbirds.
Travel while trying to regather a pass.
Latu, Burmester, Walker, shoulder blade, and Tarawa, the 5 on the floor for Central. Essie penetrates, kicks it to Walker. Kiana's going to go and throw it off the hands of Baena. That'll go out of bounds. It'll stay Central ball with 13 left on the shot clock. Nearing 6 o'clock at KCWC FM Riverton. Tarawa goes up top to Walker. I think the ball has to go through Latu and Tarawa on the offensive end. As Tarawa with a fading 8, it goes halfway down and comes all the way out. Baena the rebound.
Did that angled spin and then spun out.
Johnson up top to Kuchko to Tahoe now. Ashley baseline to Justinick. Central sitting back in a 2-3 zone, going to extend it a little bit as they'll go high post with it. Is Baena. She'll penetrate, spins with the right hand. Euro step off glass, good by Baena. She's got 8. The lead is 12 for the Thunderbirds.
And Baena's going to be a problem inside. Height and skill combined.
Latu, quick release for 3. That one is a 3. Not a long 2 like her previous, and that cuts the lead back to 9, 26-17. 8:40 left to play in the first half. Tahoe, left side, Kuchko, baseline. Justinick won't shoot the 3. She'll rise for a 10-footer instead. Misses it. Going for the rebound is Burmester, and it will go out of bounds to the Thunderbirds. As Riley touched it last, tried to control it, dribbled it out of bounds. And we'll get a substitution in as Nazli Bayzit will check into the ball game. She is from Turkey, 5'9" freshman.
Perhaps I've noticed they've got a UN kind of a team here.
Now the referees are going to confer. They have 4 Wyoming kids, 2 Rapid Cities, and then 6 nationals that hail from 5 different countries on this Casper Thunderbird team. Justinick from Rock Springs to Bayzit. 3 on the way, Jay Johnson, no good, and the rebound is going to be picked up by Justinick. Long rebound on the 3. Boy, hanging out was Baena in that lane there for a few extra seconds. Baseline, Jay Johnson, fouled by Latu. And SU, like the referee's description of the play, too. And it goes.
What was that description?
Kind of like the roofing call in volleyball, like.
Coach had got me screened
this,
on
like
that
this
one.
right here. Free throw on the way is no good.
Unintentional clobbering.
Casper College has shot 9 free throws. Central has shot 1. Back to the line, Jay Johnson. She is 1 for 3 now, 2 for 4 as she'll get that back to a 10-point lead.
Well, they used to complain that the Boston Garden was so hot to play in. I think we've calling the reverse here. It is cool in this gym.
It has been cool in the gym ever since we insulated it for better heat. Kiana Walker, 15-foot line, penetrates, goes in, and she'll be fouled. Justinick, I believe, going to get the call. Nope. Going to go with Hoskova. That is her first. And Kiana Walker's going to go to the line. Kiana, 64% free throw shooter. Hasn't shot a ton on the season. 25 out of 40 now as she misses that first one. Second one is on the way. That is good. I forgot to turn my hoop mics back on to hear that one going through. 27-18. Casper by 9. 7.5 left. Justanik to Johnson. Baseline, Hoskova down into the paint, and now Riley will get the foul as Burmester from behind. Going to pick up her second personal foul for Riley. Back into the game comes Reika Shush. Checks in for Nerea Baena.
Anyway, tournament seats jump out, there's a chance we can play this team a fourth time even.
Right. At their place. There's a steal by Burmester. Burmy gives it up to Walker. Third turnover on the Thunderbirds. Walker steps in, wide open three on the way. Got it. Nobody accounted for, and Walker makes him pay. Down to a 6-point game, 27-21. Nice job by the Cherry Creek product from Denver, Colorado. And the better news is that her knee is okay. Into the lane goes Hoskova, rejected by Tarawa, taken away almost by Tarawa. It'll go out of bounds. And it will stay.
Did you hear that? That's what he said first on the other side.
Stay Casper basketball, 14 on the shot clock. Justanik will inbound. Gives it into Kuchko. Up top, Justanik. Into the paint. Hoskova turns off glass over Burmester. Riley couldn't do much more than that.
If she catches it that deep, there's going to be a problem.
She played pretty good defense, but nice shot by Hoskova.
Yeah, Riley's got to be concerned with 2 fouls.
Latu runs past a couple of players. Riley gets the rebound. She will go to the line with a chance to make some history.
Well, that Latu may have traveled before that before that shot.
Yeah, Essie took a couple of big steps running down the right side of the lane, but nothing doing. Here's Riley at the line. Burmester 4 points, and she has 4 rebounds already. And that free throw ties her with Jolana Sazu as the all-time free throw shooter. And this next one, if it goes down, will put her at the top.
I think it's interesting. Both those players had handicaps to get to those numbers. Sazu really didn't drive.
Riley will not get it to go.
Didn't drive the ball that much. Mostly shot outside shots. I'm surprised she made it to the line that often.
Well,
and Riley missed sections of each season.
Yes, about 5 games each season, in fact. And I hope that Riley not thinking about that too much at the free throw line of that record that we've mentioned. I hold whoever told her that listened to the broadcast responsible.
And you've told her in person, I think, as well.
Since she's already known about it, as Justanik throws it away, and Riley's going to get fouled as she takes it away. That'll be 4 turnovers on the Thunderbirds, and that's going to be on Hoskova. That's her second. That's a key foul for Lucy Hoskova to get her second, the 5'10 sophomore. And she's going to come out. She's their leading scorer and their leading rebounder. Number 1 rebounder in the conference, in fact. Number 3 scorer in the conference.
They get quite a bit smaller, too, as Tahoe comes into the ball game.
29-22. Casper out in front. 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Central hanging around in this one after getting beat by 20-something each of their 2 previous meetings.
Did you point out that Crossman had come into the game? Or
I did not. I did not see that as Tarawa had it knocked away from her. Braley Crossman checking into the ball game. Braley out of Grantsville High School in Utah. The 5'10 sophomore averages 5 and 5. She'll take the inbound. Give it up to Kiana Walker. 10 to shoot. Now Latu with it. Essie, ball trying to go down low to Burmester. Gets it back. Riley's going to penetrate. She'll put it off glass. No good. Got her own rebound. Fires it up. That's no good. Battling for it. Crossman lost the handle. It'll be Casper basketball.
I should note that Marissa Arnold, I think, is the CWC Student of the Week this week, I believe.
Back the other way. 5.5 remaining. 29-27. They'll throw it away. That is the 5th turnover as they try to go down low to Baena. Tarawa down low block up top. Kiana Walker for 3 is going to hit the other side of the iron and not drop in, and the rebound by Baena. Good look by Kiana. She was open, just didn't get it to fall. Halfway through the second period, lob down low. Jay Johnson, nice move around Burmester, and she'll get the foul out of Riley. Nice first
everything
move
out of her early there. You know, not just the bucket, but the 3-point play possibility and a foul.
And the 3rd foul on Riley Burmester as Megan Cranebuell will check in for Riley. Jay Johnson going to the line. She's 2 for 4. Casper shooting 10 free throws in this contest so far. They're 6 of 10. Free throw not good as Crossman will get the rebound. Had a better chance after I watched it bounce, but the way it left her hand, I didn't think it had a chance. Kiana Walker going to get dropped to the floor on the left side. I believe it's going to be on Bizet. It is on Bizet, her first, team third. Kiana Walker will go to the line. Key hit 2 big free throws up in Northwest in that final 15 seconds to help preserve that lead and the W. Walker free throw on the way is no good. She's 1 for 3. Shoulder blade will check in for Braylee Crossman. Walker free throw on the way is good as it bounces and drops in. 5 points for Kiana Walker. Cuts it to 8, 31-23, 4:45 left to play. Bizet, right side, Justinick. Back out to Tahoe with it. Now Johnson, cross court, Justinick almost tipped out of there by Walker. Not though, 13 to shoot. They'll go baseline, Baena, left side, good as she puts it over Cranebuell and the 1. Baena with 10 and Cranebuell with her first personal foul.
The carbon copy of the play we just saw that got Riley her 3rd personal foul.
Well, Megan will pick up her first, 4th team foul of the quarter on C-Dub. I'm missing one on somebody from Central. I think I don't even know who to tell you that's on. 3-point play by Baena is good. She's got 11. Timeout on the floor called by Coach Dwight Gennari. You know, looking at Coach Gennari's resume, he coached at Miles Community College for 6 seasons. His last season he went 31-2. And he comes in with 335 wins at Casper overall, 120 losses. And again, like I mentioned, 3 Region 9 championships, including last year's they won on the home floor for Casper College. Don't forget the Rustler 400 reverse raffle is coming March 29th. Night of fun, and the best part is supporting CWC athletic scholarships. Rustler 400, they will only sell 400 tickets. They sold out last year. One winner will win $10,000.
Interesting you mentioned Miles City, who used to be in our Region 9, but is not anymore.
Along with Little Bighorn, who is no longer in that division as well. Shoulder blade at the top. Baseline, Tarawa gives it to Cranebuell. Nice spin move, Cranebuell, but she can't finish. And the rebound pulled down by Tahoe. Back the other way. Shot off the, not a shot, but a pass rather, goes off the arm of a Thunderbird, and it'll be a turnover out of bounds. Guess he looks a little confused out there, seeing the coach talk a bit. Ashley Tahoe, by the way, a KC name, if you remember. She played her senior year at Buffalo High School after transferring. Shoulder blade. Finds Tarawa back at the three-point line. Shot short. And running it down, shoulder blade can't run it down in the baseline area. And that'll be another ball out of bounds. Casper is out rebounded Central 23-13 with 3:45 left to play in the first half, and they lead by 11, 34-23. Tahoe baseline. Cranebuell falls down. Spin move, bucket good by Baena. She's got 13. Baena averages 9.
Well, they keep putting us in the blender on that play, don't they?
Yeah, mixing it up for sure down there. Now it's a 13-point game. Cranebuell, the shoulder blade. Down low to Tarawa. Polani in traffic, spins, glass. Nope, they'll call it for a travel. And that'll be her third turnover, not her third, but team's third turnover. Tahoe, Justinick, Johnson baseline, steps back to the three-point line, won't shoot it though. 10 on the shot clock, 3 good by Zeke.
And she knew it, she started drifting away after she had the shot in midair, started to make the turn down court.
16-point Casper advantage now with 2:40 left to play. Tarawa. Cross court, Latu on the line for 3, left it short anyway. And then last touched by Casper. and it will be Central basketball. Crossman back in for shoulder blade.
End of this quarter, I think it'd be important. The start of the third quarter might not matter.
Yeah, Central
if you fall behind too far
I think
here.
Needs a bit of a run here to end this second quarter. Tarawa penetrates, pump fake, won't shoot. Gives it up to Kiana Walker. Baizid on her defensively to Tarawa. Polani working on Johnson, goes baseline, finds Crossman, pumps 15-footer, lost the handle on it. Off of a Casper leg, it will stay Central ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock. They'll stack them 4 deep on the left side of the paint. Tarawa will trigger the inbounds. They'll get up top to Latu. Craneville working pretty hard with Kuchko. Actually, not with Kuchko, rather, but with Baena. And then they'll just have that ball stripped away and take it away. 4 turnovers. Justinik into the paint, scoops it to Johnson. She'll lose her footing and boot it out of bounds. And it should be Central basketball, and it is. I do what I can. 2:01 remaining in the first half. Casper by 16. I was going to have 2 halftime guests, and now I don't think I'm going to have either. We talked with our soccer coach, Brooks Paskett, as Latu lights up a 3 and gets it. Essie has 10. Much needed bucket as they cut the lead to 13. Also, I'm going to chat with Devin Rottweiler, who signed with Emporia State yesterday. Shot by Baizit, no good. Long rebound, run down by Kiana Walker. Central could have numbers. Key loses the handle. It's knocked out of bounds by Casper, and it will stay Central basketball.
So yesterday was a signing day you could use, because I noticed, I'm thinking Division I, it's not an open signing period right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked, but the photograph up was underneath, and Coach Brad talked about it.
And great for him. I'm pleased. He's done a nice job, and it's going to be his only year here.
Right. Tarawa has that one knocked out of her hands, out of bounds as she tried to make a pass. 17 on the shot clock, 1:18 on the game clock. Lob down low, Tarawa steps through, off glass, good. Polani, 4 points.
They are making her work, however, aren't they?
Down by 11 now, a little quick 4-0 run by Central. Down with a minute left to play. Down by 11 by Zeke. Baseline, shut off there to Johnson. Left her wide open, and she can't get it. Tarawa the rebound. It's a good wide open shot. She just couldn't down it. Tarawa, Latu steps into a 3 again, no good. Rebound is going to be pulled down by Jay Johnson in front of the Casper bench. 35 seconds left to play. Shot clock now at 20. Justinik Johnson, 15-foot line, partially blocked, but I don't know if that was a foul or a block, and now a tie-up is going to be Central basketball.
It's a fan. It's a fan.
Central will get the basketball on the alternating arrow. Shot clock put to rest. Can they get within single digits as this one goes to half? Crossman steps through a double team. It's been a weirdly officiated game. Some things called very much, some things not. Latu for 17, no good. Justinik the rebound. Shot from a long ways out off glass, no good. And the first half has come to an end. At the end of 2 quarters of play, it is 39-28. Casper out in front of Central Wyoming College. Stay with us. The halftime show is next here on 88.1.
These are tips to improve highway safety. This is Cody Beers with YDOT. Don't drink and drive. It's dangerous. It's criminal. And don't ride with anyone who has had too much to drink. Remember, drunk drivers usually kill themselves and their passengers. Serve as a designated driver. Always wear your seatbelt. Avoid travel after midnight, especially on Fridays and Saturdays. Drive defensively. Never drive when tired. The dangers posed when you're tired are similar to those when you're drunk. Arrive alive. Every ride, every time.
Are you out on the road and the weather's getting bad? Do you wonder what the road ahead holds for you? Download YDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with YDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wyoroad.info. That's wyoroad.info.
Rustler Basketball is sponsored in part by the restaurants of the Wind River Hotel and Casino. Dining is available 24 hours at the Jenaku Cafe. Jenaku means sit down in the Arapaho language. Nachos, hamburgers, Indian tacos, fried bread, and soft ice cream. 24 hours a day, the Jenaku Cafe, inside the Wind River Hotel and Casino, just south of Riverton on Highway 789.
Sponsorship of Rustler Basketball on 88.1 comes from Denver Air Connection, offering daily flights from Riverton Regional Airport to Sheridan and to Denver International in a 30-passenger jet. The flight features in-cabin service, and TSA check-in at Riverton is included. More information can be found at denverairconnection.com.
Sports on Rustler Media is brought to you in part by Edward Jones financial advisor Mick Pryor. Make sense of investing with a visit with Mick Pryor, located 1 block east of the Riverton Post Office. He provides retirement and investing advice including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and CDs. It's never too early or too late to start planning your financial future. Appointments are available at 856-6116. Edward Jones and Mick Pryor, 856-6116.
News on Rustler Radio is courtesy of Riverton RV. The 2019 models are on the lot at Riverton RV. They are now your travel light dealer, featuring the Ultralight. It's a camper you can pull with a small SUV or even a car. Don't forget the winter service specials in the shop. Riverton RV, where service is the key. On Facebook and at 1420 South Federal in Riverton.
Back on Rustler Radio, we are at the intermission. It is Casper 39. It is Central 28 at the break. And let's take a look at some quick shooting stats. Scoring-wise, first, Essie Latu for Central leading the way. She's got 10. Let's see, Riley Burmester has 5. Kiana Walker has 5. Palani Tirawa and Tamia Cutagnola with 4 points in the ball game. Casper led by Nerea Baena. She has 13 points. She leads all scorers. Maggie Justinik and Lucy Hoskova each have 6 points in the basketball game. We've got a guest with us from the men's team as Devin Rottweiler is with us. And Devin, congratulations. The signing yesterday. And I don't know if that has to be a sense of relief because it wasn't like you didn't come to Central, I think, looking for this. I mean, how does it feel, I guess, to have that on ink and know you're going to spend 1 year at Central and then moving on?
You know, it's kind of bittersweet. I really enjoy my time here at Central. I really like it here. I like my team. I like our coaching staff a lot. But, yeah, it is that kind of a relief because I had a lot of coaches talking to me. It was hard to focus on what I really wanted to do here and be successful for our team here, win some games here. So I'm relieved. I'm excited for the future. But I'm also a little sad to leave here at CWC. Emporia State in Kansas. Why Emporia State in Kansas? So I have a pretty good connection to that coaching staff. Our Coach Schmidt is actually they're like business partners. I heard a lot of good things about Coach Doty. Yeah, Craig Doty was an assistant here at Central for 2 years, in fact. Nah, he was, and I really like the fact that he has 3 national championships. Yeah, that helps. That's big for me. And, you know, I just really got a good vibe when I was there. They took me out on a visit and showed me around campus, and I really like the community. They support the athletics, and, you know, I just got a really good feeling. Well, that's where I should be. A Division II school that gets to go play on one of the more storied courts. As you said, you're pretty excited about getting to play at Allen Fieldhouse. Yeah, I've been talking about that a little bit with you. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to play at Allen Fieldhouse. I'm pretty sure this year was the year they play them. They play them every other year. And we're talking about the Kansas Jayhawks, in case you don't know what Allen Fieldhouse is out there. But every other year they play out there, and so not next year, but the year after your junior season. My junior season, I'll play in the Kansas Jayhawks. That'll be fun to watch. Did they talked with you about, I mean, obviously it all depends on who comes back and who's there next year, but you had talked about maybe working on your outside game a little bit too. Are they talking about maybe moving you to a 4 type thing, or have they talked about that much yet? So I was actually talking to Coach Doty about that exact thing, and he told me that I got to pay my mortgage on the inside, but I can pay my nice car payment on the outside. All right. So he I think he really wants me to be a center, but he knows I have the ability and I can keep working on that outside game, and I think that's something we look for in the future.
Tell me about this Casper game the first time around, how your guys appear to be that's going to make it different this time around.
You know, we just weren't ready to play. We didn't play well last game. We didn't shoot the ball well. We weren't ready for their intensity that they brought at home. And this time we will be. I mean, they're definitely big. They're good, but no, I mean, not as we've played with the best teams in the country. Played with Sheridan, who beat them on Saturday, and I mean, we just got to bring the intensity a lot better from the get-go this game.
Last question. It's a very important, hard one. Patriots or Rams?
I think the Patriots are going to win, but I hope the Rams do.
You and the rest of the country, I think. Devin, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to miss you eating your breakfast in the fitness center when I'm trying to work out and smelling the bacon and everything. But wish you the best of luck, and not only in the future, but especially tonight as well.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Devin Rottweiler of the Central Wyoming men's basketball team. You will play on at Emporia State next season in Kansas. We are at the break. 39-28. Casper out in front of Central. Appreciate Devin coming by to talk about that. Great interview with that young man, and we'll be back with more basketball after this on 88.1.
Basketball on Wrestler Radio is brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Fine Jewelry on Main in downtown Riverton. They feature a state-of-the-art jewelry repair shop and custom design. They also turn broken treasures into something new and exciting. Use your old gems and gold to create new pieces of jewelry. They are the home of the sterling silver bucking horse and rider necklace. A gift from the Golden Buffalo is an easy slam dunk. In downtown Riverton or online at thegoldenbuffalo.com.
Sports on Wrestler Radio is brought to you in part by Fremont Therapy Group. They've partnered with Lander and CWC to protect the health of student athletes. For the past 20 years, Fremont Therapy Group has been volunteering their time and resources on the sidelines of Lander sports to help keep student athletes safe and healthy. They also teach classes to help students learn more about the field of athletic training. A proud partner of CWC Athletics is the Fremont Therapy Group, Riverton and Lander. More can be found at FremontTherapyGroup.com or on Facebook at Fremont Therapy Group.
Gales Carpet One Riverton is a proud supporter of our community and Rustler Radio, your one store for a perfect floor, offering waterproof flooring, whether it be carpet or luxury vinyl tile. Gales is a community-oriented business dedicated to improving Fremont County. Located in downtown Riverton, on Facebook or at GalesCarpetOneRiverton.com.
Back on Rustler Radio, 39-28. It is Casper out in front. Let's take a look at some more statistics in the ball game on how they got that way. Casper jumped out to a first quarter lead after a 24-17 first quarter. They used an 11-0 run. They were down 10-9. They used an 11-0 run to get up by 10. They ended up 7 at the end of the quarter. They outscored Central 15-11. In the second stanza and take a 39-28 lead. As I mentioned, Essie Latu leading the way scoring for Central. She has 10. And also then 5 for Riley Burmester, 5 for Kiana Walker, 4 each for Palani Tirawa and Tamia Carignola. On the other side, the Thunderbirds led by 13 points by Nerea Baena. She has also 7 rebounds in this ball game, 3 for 3 from the line. 6 points for Maggie Justinik. She also had 4 assists and a couple of steals for the Rock Springs product. Lucy Hoskova has 6 points as well, left kind of early in that second period with her second personal foul. 4 points, Jay Johnson, 3 points for Baizit and Bailey Johnson, 2 points for Reika Shush in the ballgame. Casper is out rebounded Central unofficially. I've got them at 26-16 in this ballgame. Casper with 8 turnovers. Central had 4. We had 5 lead changes and 3 ties, but that all evaporated after a 3 by Casper put them up 12-10, and they have not looked back, leading right now by 11. 39-28 is the score. Central shooting 34% for the half. Casper shooting 47%. Central 11 of 32, 34%. 3 of 10 from three-point land. 3 of 7 from the free throw line. On the other side, the Thunderbirds 14 of 30, 47%. They're 4 of 11 from the arc. They're 7 of 12 from the free throw line in this ball game. We'll come back. Second half is on the way. 39-28. Our score, Casper out in front of Central. We'll be back after this on 88.1.
College is hard enough without trying to figure out how to get there. WRTA Bus Lines has partnered with CWC to get you to and from class on time and for free. Simply show your CWC ID and get on or off the bus at the college. And now they have arranged for pickup from the CWC Lander Center at 6:50 or 9:50 a.m. Monday through Friday. They'll also drop off at the Lander Center in the afternoon and evening from Riverton. Check out the bus schedule at WRTABuslines.com.
Sponsorship of Rustler Basketball on 88.1 comes from Denver Air Connection, offering daily flights from Riverton Regional Airport to Sheridan and to Denver International in a 30-passenger jet. The flight features in-cabin service, and TSA check-in at Riverton is included. More information can be found at denverairconnection.com.
These are tips to improve highway safety. This is Cody Beers with WYDOT. Just think of these as ways to protect yourself. Drive defensively. Never drive when tired. The dangers posed when you're tired are similar to those when you're drunk. And don't use a cell phone, apply makeup, comb your hair, or eat while driving. Drivers using cell phones are 4 times more likely to have an accident than other drivers. Arrive alive. Every ride. Every time.
Sports on Rustler Media is brought to you in part by Edward Jones financial advisor Mick Pryor. Make sense of investing with a visit with Mick Pryor, located 1 block east of the Riverton Post Office. He provides retirement and investing advice including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and CDs. It's never too early or too late to start planning your financial future. Appointments are available at 856-6116. Edward Jones and Mick Pryor, 856-6116.
Basketball on Rustler Radio is brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Fine Jewelry on Main in downtown Riverton. They feature a state-of-the-art jewelry repair shop and custom design. They also turn broken treasures into something new and exciting. Use your old gems and gold to create new pieces of jewelry. They are the home of the sterling silver bucking horse and rider necklace. A gift from the Golden Buffalo is an easy slam dunk. In downtown Riverton or online at thegoldenbuffalo.com.
Central out in, Casper's out in front of Central at the break.
Central's out on the court. There we go.
Both are out on the court. Second game of our doubleheader comes tonight when the CWC men take on the 12th ranked team in the country, the Casper Thunderbirds. Both teams, Sheridan and Casper, ranked in the top 15, same spots this week as they were last week. Sheridan stays at number 10, Casper is at number 12.
And our schools from the other region that we played earlier this year have kind of fallen off the face in a way, which is interesting.
I think one not ranked anymore, and the other is down in the low 20s.
It's region high number. I forgot what the number was, 19 or something.
They're 18.
That was close.
Central's men looking to atone. They got beat by 46. 2 things happened that night. Well, a lot of things happened that night. Number one, they got beat by the most that they've been beaten by in the 11-year recent history of CWC. They also gave up 118 points, which tops the 112 they gave up to Sheridan last year as the most points in 11 years of basketball. Rada Briscoe was ejected after 2 technicals. The coach, Brad Schmidt, was ejected after 2 technicals, and he thought his team came out soft, and he wants a much more physical presence from his team tonight. So I think you got a good one in store for you coming up here at 7:30 tonight.
Which you got to be careful if you do that you're not, playing hard to the point that you're crossing into foul territory, because the benches of some of these teams are pretty strong, like Sheridan College and Casper both have double-figure scores that come off their bench.
Casper will have the ball to begin the second half as they are dressed in their road red uniforms. Central coming out in their whites with orange numbers and black trim. Johnson, Baena, Hoskova, Justinik, and Bailey Johnson on the court. Having a good old time at our scoring table over here.
That was seem to.
Shoulderblade, Cuttignola, Tarawa, Burmester, and Latu, the 5 on the court for Central as the second half begins.
And a reminder, Burmester has the 3 personal fouls out there. And she's certainly an integral part of this team.
2-3 zone, and right now it's Tarawa playing the interior of that 2-3 zone. Jay Johnson working on Burmester. Is going to go right at her. Shut off on the baseline with good defense there. Hoskova, 15-foot line, pump fake by Aina. 8 seconds. Johnson runs into Latu, and an offensive foul is going to be called. But now Latu and Tarawa went down, hit each other hard, and Tarawa is down.
I think that was a knee-on-knee contact is what I'm wondering, but certainly we're no experts over here.
Jay Johnson with the offensive foul. That'll be a turnover. 9th turnover, and Tarawa on her side underneath the basket.
Who had been recovering from an ankle injury as of late.
Right, and I'm not sure what had happened because Essie went down. I don't know if her head hit her knee or if it was knee on knee, like you said. I didn't get to see it. I just saw the end result, and Polani down. Looking for our athletic trainer, who does not happen to be.
I wonder if he's got somebody he's attending to in the training room.
Well, I think the men's team right now getting ready for their game as well as I think somebody just took off down the hallway to go get our athletic trainer as they're looking at the left knee of Polani Tarawa.
Holding the ankle, however, but that might just be how you're checking out the knee. And I do hope somebody did go to get at him. He's typically right on it.
Right, yeah, he's actually on the bench as here he comes on a run. And Polani's going to get up.
I thought they were applauding for Adam at first.
And she is hobbling off the court, however.
Interesting. And I actually talked to her before the game how she was doing, and she's like, I'm pretty good, you know. And I was like, the last time we talked, she said she was like 70 to 75%, if you recall.
Not putting a lot of weight on that right side, that right leg is Polani Tarawa. And now Coach is going to have to head to the bench and find somebody to come in.
Probably be Crossman or Craneville or Walker. Of course, the position dictates that somewhat. And the trouble with Tarawa being gone, she is, like I say, our Swiss Army knife player that really does a little of everything. She's a stat filler in all categories. And certainly hoping for nothing but the best for, you know. And as we come to know these young ladies, certainly as we work at the college, you know, there's certainly nothing bad to happen to any of them because they are, well, they don't have to happen to other players either for that matter. But these are really nice, you know, young ladies who represent the college very well.
Tiana Walker will check in. Central basketball on the turnover. I will keep you up to date on Polani Tarawa as much as we can for those of you family in Salt Lake and around the area.
And it also accentuates how important it is for Burmeister not to get that fourth foul.
Latu to Burmester. Out to shoulder blade for three in the corner. That's not going to drop in. And Hoskova will get the rebound as we are back to basketball. 39-28. Baseline Bailey Johnson won't shoot the three. Finds Jay Johnson. She will, and she'll snap the cords on it.
Well, you miss a three at one end, they make one at the other, and that certainly is a quick turnaround the wrong direction.
Yeah, 14-point advantage now. Cudignola working on Johnson. Spins it into the deep corner. Latu. Back to Cudignola. Tamia runs down the lane. Jump stop. They will get the bucket. Nope, they're going to wave it off and call it for a travel. That'll be the fifth turnover on Central.
And that was the trainer certainly attending to the knee, by the way.
That was screened by two or three different players and didn't get to see the play, actually, just the result of the travel. 8:40 remaining in the third quarter. Right outside, Johnson, Baena, Haley Johnson, back to Jay Johnson. She just nailed the three a moment ago. Doesn't get that one, though, but Hoskova, the rebound with a left hand on the other side is good.
Maybe she kind of rebounded it one-handed with the right and scored it with the other hand.
Hoskova has 8, and it's a 16-point balloon. They'll lob it down low to Burmester. Too far for her from Latu, and a turnover will give it back to the Thunderbirds.
Less than auspicious start in a number of ways for CWC here in this third quarter.
Timeout Central. They've been outscored 5-0 in the third stanza. They're down by 16 with 8:12 remaining in the ball game. Stay with us. More basketball and an update on Polani Tarawa as we come back from this timeout.
Sports on Wrestler Radio is brought to you in part by Fremont Therapy Group. They've partnered with Lander and CWC to protect the health of student athletes. For the past 20 years, Fremont Therapy Group has been volunteering their time and resources on the sidelines of Lander sports to help keep student athletes safe and healthy. They also teach classes to help students learn more about the field of athletic training. A proud partner of CWC Athletics is the Fremont Therapy Group, Riverton and Lander. More can be found at FremontTherapyGroup.com or on Facebook at Fremont Therapy Group.
Polani Tarawa jogging now behind the central bench. I think that would be very good news for Polani. Hoskova with a right hand, and a foul on Riley Burmester is going to be her fourth.
I thought that was very close to a travel in my mind, but
Riley will pick up her fourth. That'll bring Megan Cranebuell into the ball game.
So now you've got two of our three double-figure scorers that will be sitting on the bench.
Left
or
hand
one's sitting at the training table.
Hoskova bucket is good. Second one is good. Those of you watching online, we're going to go offline for just a minute as we're going to have to reboot, I'm told. We have got some buffering issues, which you may be noticing. We're going to reboot the website as Cuttignola gets knocked to the ground. So those of you watching online, bear with us. Come back. We'll be back here shortly after that foul by Jay Johnson, her second personal rather. And here comes Ashley Tahoe, comes in for Bailey Johnson. Tarawa still working out that leg. Coach, Adam Simon, the athletic trainer, has a bag of ice. Is cutting.
How much weight is on her right now?
Right, 48-33. Justinick, 15, drain it on the right side angle.
The Rock Springs product has been very impressive to me in this game.
And another great Rock Springs product who's a junior, but she has moved to Cheyenne East.
So she's not a Rock Springs product.
Not anymore. Cuttignola. Base right side corner, shoulder blade traveling the caller, seventh turnover. Bailey Johnson back into the ball game. Also coming back in, Reka Shush. And we're going to see Zay Roberts for the first time in a couple of games for Central.
Actually, she got in the last game, just a little bit.
That's right. 6-foot sophomore out of West Valley City, Utah, the Taylorsville Warriors.
Who knows more players on opposing teams than anybody else we have on our squad.
She is Samoan. She speaks and understands, and Essie Latu is going to get the foul from behind. That'll be her second. Zay also the oldest of 5 kids, 4 girls and a boy, and she's the oldest one.
You've done your research.
Boy, Cranebuell almost leveled Hoskova, no call. Shush has it. Crowd tried to get into this one a little bit. Johnson, spin move, Shush, steps around Zay with a left hand and got it. Nice big step, and then came back the other way and floats it in with a left hand.
Boy, all indications were she was going to go right, but she did a nice job, stepping back the other direction.
Latu going to hoist another 3. That one's off the mark. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Casper basketball.
I'm always wondering when it goes out of bounds and there's 2 players standing there like, don't you want to get that just for your rebound tote,
Central 4 of 13 now from three-point land. Casper 5 of 14. Johnson right side has it on the angle. Nice dish down low. Tahoe wide open. Make it off glass. Good look from Hoskova.
I thought they might have been a little late with that pass, actually, but they managed to make it work, and the lead goes to 21.
Welcome you back, viewers online. Hopefully got these technical issues taken care of as Cuttignola throws that one over the backboard, but she had a little help, and she will go to the line. And the foul is going to be on Bailey Johnson, her 3rd personal foul.
Gennaro looks down his bench.
Going to bring in Yulia Kuchko. Free throw Cuttignola is good by Tamia Cuttignola.
The other thing I like about Cuttignola, she's aggressive with the ball, and right now you really need that. We kind of need to have like Megan Cranebuell turn on a little bit to like what she was doing.
But a rebound on the free throw rather for Casper. Shush, baseline Tahoe. Latu on her defensively. Essential in that zone. Wide open right side. Kuchko, no good. Kiana Walker is going to be the recipient of the rebound as it bounces down in the corner. Second board for Kiana. Latu to Cuttignola. Zigging and zagging on Johnson. Rises for 15. Misses badly to the right. That one not even close, unfortunately. And Schuss the rebound. Schuss gets it back. Reka right side, Tahoe. Crossman will come in next, dead ball. Baseline, Hoskova to Justanik, sorry. Tahoe wide open, 10-footer misses off the right side. That's no good, and a rebound, Megan Craneville. Latu gets a pick from Zay. As he steps, 17-footer, back of the iron, nobody home but Kuchko to rebound.
I was a little surprised the rebound numbers were as close as they were at halftime. I thought they were dominated, really.
Tahoe,
like right here,
misses the three. Hoskova with the rebound. And see, these rebound numbers were a lot different than my rebound numbers. I had a lot bigger disparity in the rebounding. Like right now, I've got it at 36-20 in favor of Casper. Latu to Cuttignola. 2:30 remaining in a 22-point Casper lead. And Cuttignola running down the lane is going to be fouled and go back to the line where she is 1 for 3 on the day. Foul is on Kuchko.
Of course, in all the ball games we've done, we've had players who've scored that we knew darn well never got into ball games through the years.
Right. I thought she was shooting, but they say no, and they'll take it out of bounds. Braylee Crossman is checked in. So you have Craneville, Roberts, Crossman, Latu, and Walker on the floor for Central. Zay will take it on the inbound, find Kiana Walker. Into the paint, Craneville tries to run around Tahoe, and she'll be called for a travel.
I thought it was just one big step that she took, but...
And a bump in there as well.
Yeah, it's true. Not the disco bump of the 70s, mind you, but...
See a familiar face in the Casper men coming on. Brock Finston returning to Central and not having played with a single player on the other side, unfortunately. Zay Roberts really
against with either coach either, so...
Right. Battling with Schuss, and then a foul away from the basketball. Schuss and Roberts were really going after it, and they're going to get Reka Schuss after the fact. It might be one of those situations where the second person always gets caught, because her and Zay were really kind of leaning on each other down there at one point.
I'm trying to think the signature play for Roberts last year, I think, was against Casper College, where I think she tore the ball away from Roberts and their outstanding post player, if I'm not mistaken, last year.
Central down by a bundle. Kiana Walker. Nice dish to Craneville. Great assist by Kiana Walker to Megan Craneville. Cuts the lead to an even 20 now.
And we talked about CWC missing some players. It also allows some players who don't see a lot of time to make their mark.
Central missing a player tonight. Marissa Arnold has been suspended for a week for team violations as shot by Kuchko. No good for 3. The rebound by Johnson is no good.
She might have been squeezed out a little bit there on the shot.
Latu down the lane, running with the right hand. Collides, no call, no bucket. Rebound by Justanik. She'll step back for a 17-footer and drain it just inside the three-point line on a hop-back shot. Not just a step back, she got a hop back and drains it.
She's a good player. I mean, you know, there's not a lot of Wyoming players that maybe reach stardom, I guess, in the junior colleges, but she, I would say, would be a star on this team.
Yeah, definitely so. Kiana Walker to Craneville, out at the three-point line, down low to Zay. She'll spin, she'll fire for 8, left it short. Rebound by Schuss.
Of course, our Riley Burmester is a Wyoming product.
Yep. Jay Johnson, a Casper Wyoming product.
Well, Robertson from last year was a very good player from Casper Natrona. Also, the Gabby Johnson you aforementioned was an outstanding player here also.
Delayed call, but a travel call on Kuchko will get the 12th turnover. And Baena will check back in, as will Bizet and Johnson. So they'll have both Johnsons on the floor, Jay and Bailey.
So that's funny. That play worked great in Warsaw.
Shot clock put to bed. 22 seconds left in the quarter. Casper has outscored Central 19-8 here in the third stanza. Riley Burmester in foul trouble as Craneville from 17 at the top will get it to drop. 4 points for Megan Craneville.
Pleased for her.
7 seconds. Kiana Walker, Bailey Johnson got free for 3 and airballs it. But she got a pretty good look at the buzzer. And we've played 3 quarters. Burmester going to check back in, as will Cuttignola, as we head to the 4th. And again, Palani Tirawa with ice on that right knee, still on the sidelines for Central Wyoming College. 58-38, Casper out in front of Central. Final 10 minutes coming your way in a moment.
Wind River Cares Clinic has expanded more health services to our patients. From prenatal and pediatric care to general and long-term health care needs, Wind River Cares Clinic is committed to providing the best of health care to our patients. Dental, optometry, lab, x-ray, pharmacy, and behavioral health services are also available. Wind River Cares Clinic in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton send warm thoughts of good health to you and yours throughout this new year. And we are proud supporters of 88.1 FM Rustler Radio.
Keep up with the Rustlers at rustlerathletics.com.
Drive it down low to Zay Roberts. Bake it off glass. And in. Zay on a nice dish from Tarawa. As she'll flip it out to Latu for 3. That's good.
rustlerathletics.com.
Burmester down low. Powers through and makes it off glass and in. Shoulder blade. Wide open right side. 3 is good. Tarawa for 3. That's good with 5 seconds left.
Your home of the Rustlers. rustlerathletics.com.
CWC basketball to begin the final 10 minutes of play. Shoulder blade won't get the 3 away as
they're giving it to her if she wanted it, actually.
Bizet was out there on her. Cuttignola, baseline to Burmester with 4 fouls on her. Riley will penetrate off glass. No call on contact either direction. And the ball is just going to be picked up by Hoskova. Back comes Casper on the attack. Johnson to Bizet. Baena kicks it out. Jay Johnson wide open. She'll knock down another one. Jay Johnson with 10 points.
Was Ty the biggest lead? Was it 23?
Yep. I think maybe it had been 22. This might be the biggest lead. Cuttignola nearly lost the handle on it. Flips it to Crossman. That's just a very good defense by Casper. They are suffocating. They don't let Central do a whole heck of a lot in the way of penetration. Cuttignola for 3, not good. Hoskova, a rebound. Central 4 of 14 from three-point land. Bizet to Johnson. Baena, back up top. Bizet on the right side angle on the three-point line. No good, and Crossman will get the rebound. Braley going to go the distance and will be rejected, but fouled by Jay Johnson from behind, and it looked like a pretty darn good block. But Central will take it as Braley Crossman will go to the line. That foul on Jay Johnson, her 3rd. Looked like she got it pretty cleanly from behind and over the top. Braley Crossman will go to the line. Central 65% free throw shooting on the season. Crossman a 67% thrower. She cannot get the first. Walker and Latu back into the ball game as Shoulder Blade and Craneville will come out. Braley has a couple of rebounds, has yet to score. 8:32 remaining. Braley does not get either one, unfortunately, and the rebound pulled down by Bailey Johnson. Left side, baseline, Jay Johnson, another 3, no good. Cuttignola and Bizet battle, and it'll go Central.
Remember when the game started, Casper just attacked inside, and they've kind of abandoned that tact, and have really much been, shooting threes here in the second half, and really probably mid-second quarter on.
Yeah, Central had a 10-9 lead, and then it went 11 straight Casper that put them up by 10, and they've not looked back. I think Central got up to within 6. One time it pushed back to 10, and an offensive foul on Braley Crossman. And Braley will pick up her first. And
it goes back to what you're saying before, like how it's being called tight and not tight and tight and not tight. Crowd's starting to build a bit.
8 minutes, in anticipation of C-Dub taking on the 12th-ranked Thunderbird men next here on Rustler Radio and Rustler TV and online on Rustler Media. Is down low, bucket, and one, and gone is Riley Burmester.
Well, she tried to sell it, so I just stood there with my hands straight up, and she may have had a point.
At the line will be Hoskova's. She will get the and one attempt, and Riley Burmester checks out 5 points today, tying the all-time free throw made mark. Also, she was only 1 for 2 today.
Oh, with Tarawa's injury, she's probably not going to,
right.
He's not going to get to that all-time scoring thing either in the Renaissance here.
Baena with a rebound on the missed free throw and the bucket. 27-point Casper lead. They won big last time they played as well. Lot 2 to Walker. Kiana. Bounce it to Crane Buell. Shot no good. Rebound by Zeet. Justinik, 15-footer. Misses it off the side. Rebound by Kiana Walker. Key, left side crossman. Braley won't pump the three, but Cuttignola is going to step into the 15-foot line, dish it out to Crane Buell. Again, shaping up to be a nice men's crowd yet again here tonight. Talking with Dwight Gennari before the game, he was talking about the improvements as Latu's shot no good. About the improvements as Baena gets the rebound. New lights, the white paint, the lighter colored floor. And whoever we were talking with said, well, now we can just knock this other wall out and put some more crowd. He says he kind of likes all the crowd in one spot as there's a three drilled by Justinik.
And it feels like the wall's knocked out already, actually.
Yeah, it's been blown out by Casper with a 30-point advantage now and a timeout called by Lindsey Fearing. But he says, we've got that great big arena, but our fans sit all over the place, and it doesn't sound like it. He likes the concentratedness of the one side, I guess.
So that is one of my favorite gyms, however, is the Casper College gym. And it sounds like they may not be playing state tournament games there this year. Is that correct?
Well,
or not very many, at least with the new high school gym.
Right. Shona's and Kelly Walsh's maybe better facilities. And plus the fact that Casper's been a possibility to host the Region 9 every single year because their win between their men and their women always being at the upper echelon. They've always had a chance to host that Region 9 tournament, which is the same time as the 3A, 4A tournament.
We've had the discussion too, but what an advantage that is that you get to play on your home gym at state, and what a disadvantage it is if you have to play one of those two teams on their home gym. In fact, if they did that, there ought to be a way that you would bracket those two teams if they have Kelly Walsh have to play at Natrona have to play at Kelly Walsh. Do something that just doesn't seem right the way that is. It's still better than going off to Glen Rock and Douglas.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a question for you.
Answer is George Washington.
They used to do home and home at the Event Center and at Casper College. Do they still do that, or do they play
I
their own
don't think they do
gyms?
that anymore. I don't think they.
Walker.
They may have played both at Casper College in recent years. Remember, they couldn't play at home gyms for a couple years either. The Natrona had that temporary gym. Casper had the Hollywood Bowl, featured-looking gym.
Kelly Walsh,
that's right.
Justinik called for a travel after a rebound. 13 turnovers on Casper, but not a selling point in a 30-point, not a damaging point, I guess, in a 30-point lead right now over Central. Latu, pump fake, drives down, floater, good. Essie with 17 now. And standing her ground was Shush in the middle. Inside of 6 minutes left to play. Riley Burmester is fouled out, unfortunately, as Jay Johnson from 15, no good. Crossman, the rebound. Kalani Tirawa injured and has not come back from the middle of the second quarter.
You see another player, not here because of a suspension. Also, remember, Brandstetter cannot play as well, so another injury on top of that.
Latu will snap the cords on a three while we visit and cuts it back to 25. Yeah, Shelby Brandstetter, 3 more weeks in that boot she's got.
She has a chance to get back in time for tournament. Doesn't know if that is really going to be worth it. And also, you got to be checked out at that point as well.
Justinik, shot no good, but Shush the rebound. Underneath Jay Johnson baseline, shooter's roll is going to drop in.
Yeah, I don't see how that shot actually made it because it hit it pretty hard on the side rim.
She's got 12, 4 in double figures for Casper. Baena has 17, Hoskova 14, Justinik 13, Johnson 12. Latu steps out for another long three and lets it fly.
Well, used the pick nicely. Did not have a lot of breathing room, but used the pick and launched.
23 for Essie Latu. Her career high is 26 that she set just a couple of weeks ago. Oh, not a couple of weeks ago. It was clear back against Snow College. As Shush will get the bucket on the other end. As he shoulder blade return for Central. 4 and change left to play. 72-46 the score. Latu working on Johnson. Goes right side, Cuttignola. Into the paint, Cranbuell. Bodies in, throws it almost away, but Cuttignola snares it. She'll penetrate, float off glass. No good, but she's going to go to the line.
Done a pretty good job drawing fouls in this game.
Tamia 1 for 3 from the line. That foul on Bailey Johnson, her 4th. She is the only one remotely in foul trouble. Jay Johnson has 3 for Casper. Dead even in fouls, 12 apiece. As Cuttignola cannot connect.
Which it wasn't in the early going. Of course, back then, remember, Casper was attacking inside and drawing personal fouls at that time.
Tamia, unfortunately, a 46% free throw shooter.
That's a tough number to have on a point guard.
Back to the line, cannot get the second. Justinik the rebound again. Justinik, by the way, with 9 rebounds to go along with her 13 points. Baena has 17 points, 12 rebounds, and now a bucket by Hoskova makes 16 for her and a 28-point advantage.
Their bigs are very mobile, and they'll use one hand and then sit up with the other hand.
And then Cuttignola and Latu miscommunicate and throw it away for a 10th turnover by Central. Ashley Tahoe back into the ball game. Again, men's is part of the doubleheader coming up, 7:30 here tonight. CWC taking on the 5-1 in conference play Thunderbirds, who are ranked 12th in the country. Their only loss coming to the number 10 ranked team in the country. Tahoe for 3 left it short, and out of bounds Central basketball.
Actually, they say CWC touched it last. And CWC not even arguing the point. I thought it was.
Maybe he said off-white instead of white as the. So they're not
you mean like the rust for men's shorts, you mean?
That's Shush with a bucket. And yes, exactly. The off-whites, the off-grays. Cuttignola down the lane, fouled again. She'll be going to the line. Tahoe, I believe.
Like that Canadian football team, the Red Blacks.
It is on Ashley Tahoe. First personal foul. Cuttignola back to the line, 1 for 5 on the night. She has 5 points. Cannot get that one to fall. Central 4 of 14 from the free throw line in this game.
That's not going to get you in the game, and even if you made them all, you're not in this game.
Yeah. Second one is on the way and good.
It's kind of bad when you say that and the official looks back at you and cringes.
Well, I've said some things I've hoped that they would have heard in past games, and that was not one of them. But and a 3-second violation on Reika Shush is going to be the 14th turnover on the Thunderbirds.
What about our Gillette buddy, his conversation with the officials?
Good old Wild Preps co-founder Vern Tysted.
It was such an innocent comment, it really seemed like, but boy, he was about to get bounced.
I remember a CWC Board of Trustees member was tossed from the event center last year from an official.
That's right.
A 3 not good by Central.
Who's here tonight, by the way.
And a steal, Latu underneath off glass. Good, 25 for Essie.
That's what you want to do. You don't want to, die in this game. You want to play hard to the very end.
Baseline Tahoe, down by 27 now. Into the lane, left side, no good. Hoskova, ball to the ground, out of bounds, Central basketball. 2:22 remaining in the contest. 76-49 as Justinik will check back in for Hoskova. And a timeout on the floor. Whom Central will call the timeout. 2:22 remains, 76-49. Casper out in front. as the Thunderbirds look to go to 7-0 in conference play. We'll finish it out after this timeout on 88.1.
Mardi Gras is coming to Fremont County for a great cause. Join the Mystic crew of Mardi Paws with the Barkus Party on Saturday, March 2nd. You'll celebrate with a fun-filled night featuring a Cajun buffet by Miss Ginny and music by Barcode 307. All proceeds help you put the fun in fundraising for the Paws for Life Animal League. The night includes raffles like a trip for 2 to New Orleans and a crawfish boil for 20. Mardi Paws tickets are available at the Paws for Life Animal Shelter, so don't miss out on the fun. Mardi Paws at St. Margaret's Gym Saturday, March 2nd, starting at 6 p.m.
2:22 remains, 76-49 Casper. And unfortunately, going to go to 20-2 against the Rustlers in the recent history of this series.
I thought you would say that. I think that is the Casper College's men's record on the year, isn't it? 20-2.
You'll have to catch me when we transition to the next. I believe you are correct. Cutting-Nola in the paint. Ball knocked away by Johnson. Gets it back, though. Kiana steps up for 3. That one's no good. And foul is going to be whistled on Shush underneath.
Great name for a skier.
Works on Megan Cranebuell as she shushes her way to her second personal foul. Latu up top to Cutting-Nola. Bounce it low block. Cranebuell. Shot going to fall out. Justinik double-digit rebounds for Maggie. Maggie with 13 points, 10 boards unofficially. Shush outside. Baseline by Zeet for 3 on the way. In and out. Stays out. Cranebuell will pull down the rebound. Cutting-Nola right side off glass. He went to the ground. No good. And the rebound by Shush. 90 seconds remaining in the ball game. Casper will go to 7-0, 18-5 overall. Central going to drop to 2-5 in the conference at 8-14 on the overall. Justinik for 3, left it short as an air ball short, and out of bounds it goes.
Did you ever check to see who was in second place then in the Region 9? Because it seems like you've got one team that's, this Casper team, that's way up ahead of everybody, it seems like. And I'm trying to think who has really.
L-Triple-C is 5-1.
Wow, it's kind of weird. It's sort of done that under the radar, haven't they?
Gillette is 4-2. Kiana wide open for 3, not going to happen. And the rebound pulled down by Casper. Kuchko, the board.
I would not have guessed that they were 5-1.
Eastern at 3-3 with Sheridan underneath. Tahoe gets free and banks one off glass. Ashley Tahoe with 4 points in the ball game. 44 on the game clock, 27 on the shot clock. Cutting-Nola to Latu. Essie 1 point away from tying her career high as a Lady Rustler. Cutting-Nola dribbles at the free throw line, fires for 15. That one's no good. Hit her first 2 early and then has not been close after that.
Had a lot of rim rattlers for both teams as of late here.
Shot clock expired, game clock at 20. 78-49, a 29-point Casper advantage. And they're just going to play out the final seconds and let it go. Casper will go to 7-0, 18-5 on the season. Central dropping to 2-5, 8-14 on the year. And there is the buzzer. Casper 78, Central 49. We'll have a quick Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show. We'll send you back to CW Radio for a little bit of programming and then kick off our men's pregame at about 7:20 as the men's game will come up in 30 minutes from right now. 30 minutes right now, CWC. Again, the final score in favor of Casper College tonight, 78-49. Stay with us. We'll be back after this on Rustler Radio. Your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show is next.